Hey, this is Ciderhelm. Today I wanted to talk about kiting and chasing, as well as one cool way to rebind your attack move hotkey. Players will refer to animation cancelling, stutter stepping, and orb walking. Though orb walking has a distinct meaning in Dota, in League of Legends these are all essentially the same thing. The concept is simple. After a brief attack animation, your attack will occur. For melee champions, this is the moment you deal damage, and for ranged champions, this is when the projectile first appears. Once this occurs, you can instantly issue a move command or use an ability. If you actively move the moment your attack goes out and only stop once another attack is ready to fire, this is stutter stepping. Let me explain this a little bit more because there's two important things going on. By default, when you're attacking an enemy, you won't move to pursue them unless they've actually moved out of your range. By moving between attacks, you can stay in their path and get more attacks out. The second thing involves an animation on your character that occurs after your attack goes out. Watch closely as Zyra launches her attack. At this point in the animation, the projectile is already out. I chose Zyra because of how quickly her projectile actually fires, making her a very solid champion specifically in regards to her attack animation. Champions have a variety of attack animations and you'll need to get used to each of them. Remember that muscle memory takes a little time to build up, which is important not just to learning the champion, but also learning everything else in this video. Anyway, watch what happens next. Even though the projectile is out, Zyra is still locked in place as she moves her arm out, then back in. This animation is all taking place after her attack is already firing, and she won't start moving again until it ends. So let's look at the same chase, this time by issuing move commands the moment the projectile has been launched. Note how many more attacks I'm able to get out in the same distance. This is why the phrases stutter stepping and animation cancelling are often used interchangeably, as quick move commands end the animation and get you back to chasing more quickly. Doing this allows you to chase opponents more effectively. It also allows you to continue dealing damage as you kite and back away from them. On top of this, it allows you to stay mobile even when you're last hitting, which can help keep you on your toes and make it harder for opponents to land skill shots on you. Stutter stepping even while farming is a great way to stay in practice and get harassment and counter harassment out. Let's get into the attack move command. Unlike right click, attack move will move you in a direction but will immediately stop an attack if an enemy minion or champion comes in range, or if you or your team is already engaged against a neutral monster. There are three reasons you should use attack move. First, you can use it to target an enemy just like right-clicking, but misclicking the ground near the enemy won't accidentally move you towards a target like right-clicking can. Second, if an enemy is in brush and may juke, attack move guarantees that you will attack the moment you can, regardless of whether they try to juke in an unexpected direction. Finally, being able to reliably attack the closest target means you always know which target you'll attack even if you use attack move on the ground somewhere else. This is especially helpful when you're being chased by a single opponent or when you're last hitting minions on the fringe. This doesn't mean you should always use attack move. Remember, move commands let you break animations more easily and control your positioning better, whereas attack move commands give you the benefits we just covered. In most cases, you're going to want to rapidly alternate between both. Okay, so let's get into key bindings. Under player movement, you'll see attack move click and attack move. By default, most players are going to have their A key bound to attack move and nothing bound to attack move click. Attack move click is essentially the SmartCast version of attack move. When you use attack move, you first activate it by pressing A, then you have to left click to actually complete the action. With attack move click, the command is instantly issued without waiting on a second click for verification. Why does this matter? Like SmartCasting, attack move click is by definition an increase in your potential reaction time. In other words, that extra click takes time, and removing the extra click will reduce the time it takes to actually issue the command. Unlike SmartCasting, alternating moves and attack moves on high attack speed champions can sometimes occur extremely rapidly, faster than the cooldowns of even Cassiopeia, Karthus, or Ryze. Part of what we mean when we talk about AD carries with good mechanics is AD carries with extremely high actions per minute, sometimes into the hundreds of actions per minute. So attack move click is a huge thing. Like SmartCasting, it's not totally necessary, but it does make it a lot easier to perform a lot of actions very rapidly. For me, using attack move click was a night and day difference. Let's talk about the actual bindings. There's a big quirk right now, which is a bug and should hopefully be fixed soon. Let's say you rebind your A key from attack move to attack move click. Unfortunately, if you decide to chat with your teammates and type the letter A anywhere in your chat, your character will begin attack moving. In this dramatic reenactment of how I almost gave up First Blood recently, simply pinging somewhere on the map then typing "Let's invade" sets me off on an epic adventure that I didn't even realize I was on. So your options are easily accessible keys that you'd never accidentally use in chat and that won't interfere with your QWER setup. In other words, any of your mouse buttons. If you happen to have a mouse button you're very comfortable using very frequently, go ahead and bind it to attack move click, then get used to it. However, I came across a post on Reddit that explained something really cool that you can't enable from the in-game interface: rebinding your primary left mouse button to attack move click. Don't worry, this is not a hack or an exploit in any way. I really enjoy this setup since the left mouse button is so familiar to me. Changing from attack move to attack move click bound to my primary mouse button has improved my stutter stepping, chasing, and kiting while playing high attack speed champions dramatically, and it feels completely natural after just a few games of play. The method for doing this, as well as the original post, are in the movie description below. They're much better explained in text. Thanks for watching this guide, and let your friends or family know about it if you feel they could improve on their play with it. Don't forget, I have a complete ebook called Learn the League for new and learning players, which is also linked below.